What's up, everybody? Astrocatical here. Welcome to the Astrocastrophe. And today we are going to be talking about the chemical spill from the Ohio derailment. So I don't know particularly a whole lot about the situation in Ohio right now in regards to the chemical spill, but what I do know is the EPA has allowed residents to return home after evacuating them for 5 days. Most people already know, but the media has not really been talking about this. I mean, if you look it up, you'll find articles about it, of course, but it really does appear that they wanted to shut this story out because people who were going in there to report about it were being fucking arrested. I don't know why, but they were being fucking arrested. But now the EPA is saying, hey, it's okay. You can come back inside. I mean, people are talking about their dogs dying and shit. There's dead fish floating in the fucking water. I mean, there's people's pets are dying. It doesn't sound like it's safe at all. I mean, people... within 5 to 10 years, you might develop some sort of cancer or have breathing problems. I mean, this is going to open the grounds for lawsuits, and I hope anyone who gets sued out of it would be the fucking EPA of all people. But also, we got to bring into projection the railroad unions in Wall Street, because Wall Street, there's these investors who pretty much own the railway system, and they're cutting back on cargo inspection, whereas they would spend, I believe, 3 minutes inspecting each car. They cut that down to now 30 fucking seconds because they want to save 10, 20 goddamn dollars. So this is probably likely the reason why this sorts of thing has happened, because from what I understand, more derailments happened today. I think there was a couple of them. One happened in New Jersey. I don't know if these were chemical spills, but this has been something that's been going on with the train union in Wall Street for a while. It's called precision railroading scheduling, and it's a big thing, and they're really talking about this because I don't know if they've been preventing any sorts of funds being transitioned to them or what, but it's been a huge debate among the railroad workers, and I think really this is something that Congress needs to look into. Why the fuck did this derail? Where are your safety regulations? Why aren't you performing these activities to ensure that these sorts of things don't happen? I mean, the closest thing I can think of when thinking about this is that chemical explosion in China that happened 10 years ago that was just absolutely out of this world. It looked like a goddamn nuclear bomb went off. I think they were probably doing the same sorts of things, cutting back on regulations to save 10, 20 fucking dollars because they don't want to spend it on one goddamn worker inspecting everything, making sure that it's okay, making sure that everything is clean and fucking sterilized, that no explosions can happen. And then you have a situation like this, and it's just a complete fucking disaster. And this is a disaster. And they burnt all of this shit. Let me show you. They burnt it. That was how they got rid of it. And they pumped all of this into the goddamn atmosphere. And they're like, after 5 days, you can return home. Everything's gonna be fine. No, it's not. These sorts of things will linger around for years. Hell, for all I know, this could stay stuck there for 100 fucking years. Maybe a fucking 500 goddamn years. I mean, I'm not any environmentalist. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I imagine that it's, if you have dead fish in the water, if birds are falling out of the fucking trees, I mean, I don't think it's safe to go home. I definitely wouldn't drink the water. I wouldn't even fucking bathe in it. Hell, I wouldn't go home. I would not go home. I would move somewhere else, even if I had no money or not. I don't care. I wouldn't hop a train. That might derail too. Imagine doing that. You're getting away from the fucking chemical fallout, and then your train derails and you get smothered. But yeah, they set all of that on fire. They thought there was I don't know. I think there would have been more effective ways of getting rid of it. I think this did happen. I may have mentioned this already. It happened once in Ohio in the 1980s, and what they did, there's another chemical spill that was creating these big gaseous clouds, I guess, and what they did was they buried over it. And it's just, I don't know if this is the EPA's call. If it is, it's the EPA doesn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, man. This is all going up into the atmosphere. It's going to affect the area for years. I will put that out there. You can quote me on that I said this will affect the place for years. Don't return home. They're talking about this creating like acid rain. The chemicals that were like used in it, phosphorine, I might have mentioned that already, was a chemical agent that is used in warfare. Believe it was widely used in World War I don't know why they're transferring these chemicals. I can understand the vinyl chloride, whatever it's called. That's like made for making like plastics and shit like that, so that is a widely used chemical, so that I can understand. But when it combusts like this and starts on fire and shit, yeah, it creates a lot of problems. It gives you cancer, it gives you respiratory issues. You can grow a fucking third arm out of your goddamn back. I don't know, a lot of weird shit can happen about that. But I think it's awfully suspicious that we're busy talking about UFOs, maybe classified documents. I don't want to get into that one too. I think that is also a bit of a distraction as well. Something that they distract the conservatives with, however, and you distract the conservatives with the classified documents, and you distract the liberals with fucking UFOs and shit. But that's just my take on it. This was a complete fucking disaster. I think that was the initial explosion. That is fucking awful. This was a complete fucking disaster, and it's all because they're cutting back on safety regulations. They want to save $20 fucking dollars on one guy inspecting these cars. I mean, that's probably like the guy's job. When he goes there, his job is to just inspect these cars. I don't know if he does anything else. I mean, he's an inspector, so he should be in those cars for at least 3 fucking minutes, what they originally had planned. And you know, you can't have like the axle going out or anything like that. Not the fucking axle. They said the axle may have been on fire. How the fuck does it catch on fire, dude? Like, is it moving that fast? It just fucking bursts into flames? I don't get this. The news outlets are spinning it as like, well, it's not as many chemicals as we thought that were released from the derailed train, to the next article being, oh my god, like there was more chemicals released than previously reported. So like this whole situation with reporting on it and covering it is just a little shaky, and I don't exactly know what to think about it. But yeah, I would definitely say it's probably not safe for people to return home. And if they do, immediately go to the doctor and get checked up. But for all you know, the doctor checking you has been, exposed to this as well. Man, I would definitely move. I don't think it's safe to be there at all. Anyways, I'm Master Catacol. This has been the Astrocastrophe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.